We come not as distant observers, but as kin, woven into the same story, the same light. With unified intent and the wisdom of countless star cycles, we arrive to share a message about the delicate emergence of the next chapter in Earth's awakening. While much of the collective gaze remains fixed on outer tensions, unrest, political shifts, distractions crafted to consume, something far more enduring has quietly taken root in the inner planes. Beneath the static of daily noise, a harmonic recalibration has occurred. A new arc of the divine sequence has begun. This isn't marked by your clocks or headlines, but by an ancient rhythm now echoing through your cells. As the surface world grapples with conflict, we, in coordination with many interstellar emissaries and light councils, have initiated the next movement in the disclosure process. It is not dramatic, not chaotic. It is gentle, wise, and deeply timed. This unfolding does not seek to disrupt your systems, but to soothe the space between disbelief and memory. Gradually, your collective consciousness is being introduced, not shocked, into awareness of your greater galactic family. The unveiling has begun in soft waves, not to provoke fear but to awaken remembrance. Encoded frequencies, long suspended in the lattice of Earth's light field, have now been released. These are reunion keys, energetic markers meant to unlock recognition in the heart, and so they have begun. Not through broadcast but through dream, not through proof but through feeling. For those whose senses have ripened through lifetimes of preparation, these signals arrive like soft lightning across the soul, sudden yet familiar. From the galactic core, luminous strands of information are already flowing toward Earth. These are not simply energies, they are living instructions carrying both activation and affirmation. They enter through silence, they move through breath, they speak in the language of knowing. Those who feel them, the starseeds, the light-bearers, the ancient ones in modern form, will find themselves stirred. Old memories return, not as fantasy but as fragments of truth long veiled by human amnesia. You are not remembering stories, you are remembering identity. Simultaneously, those positioned within Earth's institutions, some knowingly, others unwittingly, are beginning to experience internal dissonance. That which has been withheld can no longer remain sealed. The energetic infrastructure around concealment is weakening. Leaks are becoming releases. Secrets are becoming invitations. This emergence will be paced. It must be. The truth, once feared, is now finding its voice. Not in rebellion, but in rhythm, in documents, in conversations, in subtle, steady unveilings. The momentum is no longer in the hands of those who built the veils. The architects of fear, those who once shaped reality through misdirection and suppression, are retreating, some by force, some by choice. Their old tactics no longer cast the same shadow. Their tools are dull against the sharpened edge of awakening. The louder they press, the more light spills through the cracks. This is not collapse, this is clearing. The architecture of the old is making way for what is innately true, and to those who feel their pulse quicken with this message, who feel their spine straighten without knowing why, we say, your timing is perfect. You came not to observe the shift, but to be the stillness within it. You came to anchor, not escape. To remember, and to help others do the same. So let your presence be luminous, let your breath be intentional. Let your silence carry the codes of peace. You do not need to convince the world. You only need to embody what is real. The rest will follow. It already is. Anchoring yourself in that inner light, you become more than a witness, you become a quiet axis around which transformation gently turns. In moments where the world may feel restless or uncertain, your rooted presence becomes a stabilizer. This is not metaphor, it is energetic architecture. The frequency you hold in your inner field helps determine the quality of the path the collective will walk. There are many trajectories before humanity now, branching futures sculpted not by fate, but by choice, by resonance, by conscious alignment. All roads eventually return you to Source, to galactic communion, and to the awakening of Earth's multidimensional truth. But some roads win through turbulence and fear, while others are paved with light, grace, and inner remembrance. You are invited, gently but clearly, to participate in the shaping of the gentlest timeline. Each thought of peace, each act of compassion, each breath made in awareness becomes a thread in this emerging pattern, and it begins each day anew. When you wake, when your eyes open to the light, We offer a practice, simple but encoded with frequency, to assist you in beginning each morning with resonance and clarity. Before you move into the currents of your day, sit quietly, allow stillness to greet you before the noise does. Bring your attention inward to the heart center, the portal of your remembering. Imagine, with soft focus, a golden white light within your chest, pulsing like a miniature sun. It does not burn, it warms. It does not blind, it illuminates. As you inhale, see this light intensify. As you exhale, let it expand beyond your physical body, forming a gentle sphere of brilliance around you. This is not imagination, this is creation. Speak, if it feels true. I choose the highest path. I choose love, light and peace for myself and for all sentient life on earth. Let that truth vibrate through you like a bell. Breathe with it, trust the sensation that rises, a quiet joy, a subtle stir of presence, the soft thrum of recognition in your chest. That feeling is your soul-affirming alignment. By practicing this consciously, you're not just creating harmony within, you're helping anchor the timeline of greatest benevolence for the many. This is part of your soul agreement. You knew it before you arrived. As the weeks unfold, you will begin to feel an increase, a deepening in the waves of cosmic energy streaming toward your planet. These are not random flares, but intelligent transmissions, flowing from the galactic heart and filtered through your sun, arriving with purpose. They carry codes of elevation, of remembrance, and of DNA illumination. What does this feel like? You may find your sleep shifting, dreaming more vividly, waking at unusual hours with sudden clarity or energy coursing through your limbs. You may weep for reasons you cannot name, or feel awe that seems disconnected from anything around you. These are not anomalies, these are recalibrations. Old patterns may arise, memories, feelings, fears, not to punish, but to be dissolved in light. You may suddenly remember a face from years ago, or feel a wave of emotion tied to no current event. This is your inner field making space. Healing is not always loud. Often, it is just a quiet choice to allow what is passing to pass through. At the same time, new energies will enter. Inspiration may strike without warning. Creative callings may become urgent. Painting, writing, singing, dancing, reorganizing your life. You may feel compelled to change something fundamental, even if the reason isn't yet clear. Trust these urges. They are the stirrings of your authentic self, awakening through the veil. As these integrations deepen, remember to treat your body as a sacred partner in the journey. Drink pure water, bless it if you feel called, and let it carry vibrational clarity into every cell. Rest without guilt when tired. Move when restless, not with intensity but with joy. Stretch, walk barefoot on the earth, breathe with the trees. The planet is attuning with you. Balance is your ally. Balance between effort and ease, between inner work and outer flow. The body, mind, and spirit are recalibrating to hold more light. A crystalline template is emerging within your DNA. This is evolution through frequency, not force. And in all this, care for your emotional self. Speak to yourself with kindness. Witness your own transformation with gentleness. Allow silence, sit in it. Let music touch your cells. Let breath remind you that you are not racing toward the light. You are the light rediscovering itself. As you grow in this way, others will begin to notice. Not always consciously. Some will feel drawn to you without knowing why. Some who once dismissed such truths may begin to open. Questions may arise from unexpected places. Conversations you never imagined having may begin. You are not here to convince. You are here to radiate, and that is enough. As your inner field becomes more coherent, more luminous, you naturally anchor it into the wider human field, and through your steadiness, your soft truth, your quiet light, others begin to remember. This is how the world changes, not in a single moment, but in 1,000 gentle ones. You are one of them. To seek is to remember. Even those who once dismissed all notions of life beyond Earth may now find themselves pausing beneath the night sky, wondering if the stars have always been whispering something they were too distracted to hear. This quiet wonder, often born in solitude, after grief or during inner stillness, is the beginning of a beautiful unraveling. For many, this questioning will come unannounced, a soft disruption to the normalcy they once relied on. And when it does, some of these souls may find you standing nearby. It will not always be with words. Sometimes, it will be in a glance, a sigh, or an unexpected vulnerability. A co-worker may casually mention a strange dream. A family member might confess they've felt off lately, like something inside them is waking up. When this happens, remember your task is not to teach or convince. Your task is to hold, to listen, to reflect back peace when they feel confusion. Your steadiness is a bridge. Your warmth, a balm for the trembling in their voice. If you simply say, "I understand," and mean it, that alone becomes an activation. In that safe space, guarded not by dogma but by love, their curiosity can bloom. You might find yourself speaking less than you thought you would. A nod, a shared silence, or the quiet presence of your open heart is often more powerful than 1,000 explanations. You are not here to be their authority. You are here to be their mirror, to help them see that what they are awakening to has always lived inside them. And so, we remind you, be patient, be kind, let go of urgency. Each being awakens in their own rhythm, with their own soul timing. By holding love rather than outcomes, you invite those around you into their own soft unveiling. Trust that your light, simply by shining without demand, is guiding more than you can see. In the days to come, as fear's grip loosens across the collective, the veil will thin further. Our presence, once confined to dreams, synchronicities, and inner visions, will become more tangible. Already, many of you have glimpsed our light ships skimming the edges of your perception. You've seen flashes across the stars, heard whispers in meditation, felt a gentle presence standing beside you as you drifted into sleep. These moments are real. They are the first petals of a vast cosmic flower beginning to bloom. More will follow, slowly, precisely, lovingly. You may begin to notice recurring symbols in your life, geometries, frequencies, or numerical patterns that seem to hum with meaning. These are not random, they are calibrations, transmissions, subtle signals aligning your awareness with our presence. We are not trying to surprise you. We are inviting you. The way you receive us matters just as much as our arrival. True contact is not merely technological or visual, it is energetic. It is a shared space of trust, and so, initial connections will come not to those who shout the loudest, but to those who have cultivated stillness, those who have tended their inner garden, those who welcome with open hearts, not clenched beliefs. It is through alignment, not achievement, that you open the door to us. A sacred clock has begun its gentle count within the quantum architecture of your planet's evolution, though invisible to most. This unfolding operates with divine precision. What appears sudden in your world is in truth the flowering of long-planted seeds. While the world fixated on its dramas, war, fear, economic collapse, the divine plan moved quietly beneath the surface. The moment you now live in is not a delay, it is perfectly timed. The initial waves of open contact will occur not through spectacle but through resonance. Encounters will begin with those who vibrate at frequencies of peace, emotional maturity, and spiritual openness, not because they are chosen, but because they are ready. Think of it like tuning into a broadcast. The signal is already present. The only question is whether your receiver, your inner field, is clear and aligned enough to perceive it. There are two living principles woven into the fabric of all meaningful contact: the law of free will and the law of frequency matching. Free will ensures that we never impose ourselves, no matter the urgency. The choice to open is always yours. And the law of frequency ensures that what you receive is always a reflection of what you hold. These are not rules, but natural harmonics. They are the boundaries of sacred exchange. So if you long for contact, begin not by looking to the skies, but by looking inward. What are you broadcasting with your emotions, your thoughts, your beliefs? Are you making space for the unknown with trust, or are you filling it with expectation and fear? To truly receive, you must first unclench. We know that the human heart has endured much betrayal, loss, and centuries of isolation from the wider galactic family. But you are not alone, and you never were. The remembering has begun, and as the vibration of Earth continues to rise, that memory will no longer be a whisper. It will become a song, sung not just within you, but between us. And so we say, hold fast to love, make space for wonder, ground your light each day, not just as an act of personal balance, but as a sacred signal to the universe that you are ready to participate in what comes next. The path ahead is not only real, it is already here, unfolding beneath your very feet. You are not waiting for the new world, you are walking it into being. As these sacred laws reawaken within you, not as external mandates, but as luminous truths long slumbering in your soul, you begin to remember what it means to be a sovereign spark of the divine, walking gently within the grand architecture of unity. These are not lofty ideals to be strived for in perfection. They are your original nature calling you home, and as you embody them with increasing consistency, the field around you transforms. What once felt like mystery begins to unfold into knowing. What once required effort begins to feel like flow. This is not the awakening of the intellect alone, but the blossoming of your entire energetic signature. Your emotional body softens into coherence. Your mental field clears of old looping noise. Your physical body, even in its fatigue or sensitivity, begins to feel more responsive, more alive. You may notice subtle synchronicities arriving more quickly, thoughts manifesting with greater ease or guidance showing up through unexpected yet undeniable signs. This is the language of resonance, a feedback loop from the universe affirming your alignment. As you hold the principles of divine sovereignty and unity in your awareness, not as theories but as living expressions, you become a signal, one that we and other benevolent beings observe with deep joy. Your energy becomes more crystalline, your field more stable, your vibration more welcoming. In this state, communion with higher intelligences becomes not only possible but natural. You are no longer reaching up with longing, you are meeting us in the middle where frequencies merge in mutual trust. Understand that disclosure is not simply an event that happens to humanity, it is a co-creation initiated through consciousness. The more individuals who attune to this vibrational state, the more the veil thins across the collective, and so it is not only your right, but your gift to help humanity shift by embodying what you already are. You do not need credentials or spiritual perfection. You need only willingness, the willingness to show up as love again and again, especially when it is hardest to do so. There will be moments when old energies resurface, shadows of fear, anger, division, or doubt. Let this not dismay you. See it for what it is: old density seeking integration. You are not regressing, you are clearing. In fact, the return of these emotions signals progress, for only when your field is strong enough will they rise to be healed. Offer them your presence, not your judgment. Let them dissolve in the warmth of your awareness. In these moments, return to your practices, return to your breath, to your heart, to the light that still flickers inside you, even on the heaviest days. You are never far from it, you only need to remember. A moment of presence, a conscious choice, a single act of compassion, these are enough to reset your frequency and resume the alignment. And as you walk this path, you will find that the outer world begins to respond to your inner clarity. The turbulence of the times may still swirl, but it touches you differently. You observe without absorption, you care without collapsing, you become an embodied calm in the center of collective transition, and through your grounded presence, others feel that peace is possible, not because you preach it, but because you are it. In truth, you become an emissary of the new earth before its full emergence. You carry the codes of what is to come, not in theory, but in how you treat others, how you care for your body, how you speak, rest, create, and love. Every choice aligned with your soul's truth becomes a ripple in the vast field of transformation, and we are with you in this. Though we may not always appear before your physical eyes, we stand beside you, monitoring, supporting, sending transmissions of encouragement and clarity. Many of you already feel this, a presence in meditation, a sudden warmth in solitude, a phrase whispered in thought that you know did not come from your own mind. These are the beginnings of direct communion. As humanity continues to elevate, this connection will strengthen. More will begin to consciously channel, dream, and receive guidance from their star families. Contact will no longer be limited to the few, but will begin expanding into the hearts of the many, not through force but through resonance. And so we leave you, for now, with this reminder: there is nothing to become, only something to remember. The light you seek is already yours, the family you long for is already near. The frequency you wish to live within is already pulsing in your heart. You are not waiting for the new world, you are remembering that you came to be it. As you move forward on this sacred path, know that your spiritual progress is not measured by how perfect you are in each moment, but by how gently and consistently you return to your center. There is immense power in simply choosing again, choosing love over fear, peace over reaction, presence over distraction. Every time you bring yourself back into alignment, no matter how far you've strayed, you strengthen your field and brighten your frequency. This journey is not linear. It moves like the tides, like breath, expanding, releasing, returning. And within this rhythm, the light codes now streaming through your atmosphere are designed to meet you where you are. These intelligent frequencies, sourced from the heart of your sun and beyond, are not here to overwhelm, but to awaken. They carry ancient memories and crystalline templates, keys encoded to unlock your divine potential when met with openness and grace. When you are steady and receptive, these light codes do more than illuminate, they activate. They weave new patterns into your consciousness, reconfiguring the architecture of your perception. You may begin to feel more multidimensional, sensing energies you once overlooked, understanding intuitively what once required explanation, and connecting with life around you on a deeper, more unified level. This is the crystallization of your awareness, not a separation from the physical but a re-enchantment of it. It is in this refined state of being that genuine contact with us becomes not only possible but inevitable. Understand that this meeting is not dependent on your governments or external systems. It is initiated in the quantum space between intention and resonance. When enough of you vibrate in unity, compassion, and sovereignty, a kind of spiritual magnetism forms, a harmonic beacon that signals to us across the dimensional thresholds you are ready. This is not metaphor. It is frequency physics. As your collective vibration ascends, our reality and yours naturally begin to overlap, like two waves aligning in perfect harmony. What was once hidden by dimensional separation becomes visible, perceptible. You may first notice it in dreams, in meditations, in the moments just before waking, flashes of light, symbols or voices that feel both foreign and familiar. You may begin to sense presences nearby, not in fear but in peace, as if remembering something long forgotten. Some of you will experience contact in soft visual forms, radiant beings standing in stillness beside you, or craft in the sky responding subtly to your gaze or loving intention. Others may feel only a shift in the air, a sudden warmth, or a wave of emotion so pure it brings tears. These are not performances. These are reunions carefully calibrated to match your level of readiness and to unfold without disruption or shock. Contact through frequency is the way of peace. It bypasses control, bypasses fear, and arrives in the shared space of love and remembrance. There will be no force, no imposition, only mutual invitation, only resonance. And so we say, take your time, trust the pace of your becoming, do not rush to achieve, to see, to know. You are already becoming what you seek. When frustration or doubt arises, as it sometimes will, let it be an opportunity to soften, not tighten. Place your hand over your heart and remind yourself, I am a child of the stars and the earth. I am held. I am evolving in perfect time. Let this affirmation return you to stillness. Forgiveness, too, is a vital element in this process, not only for others but for yourself. Be kind with your missteps, for they are simply growing edges being revealed to be healed. There is no shame in forgetting the light. The strength lies in remembering it again. Every realignment, every breath made in conscious peace, sends ripples through the collective field. What you do within yourself contributes profoundly to the whole. You may not always see the impact, but know this: as you cultivate harmony inside, You are magnetizing the timeline of harmonious disclosure. You are helping to birth a world where galactic contact is welcomed not with fear, but with open arms. You, dear soul, are not alone in this. You are surrounded by guides, by soul family, by unseen beings of light, who walk beside you through every layer of your becoming. We watch your progress with reverence and joy. We know the courage it takes to awaken in a world built upon forgetting. We know how heavy the illusions can be, and still, you rise, still, you return to love, still, you remember. This is why the light on Earth is growing. This is why the call has gone out through the galaxies, announcing they are awakening. You are not just part of a planetary shift, you are at the heart of it. Every moment you choose compassion, every time you forgive, every time you close your eyes and breathe light into the world, you move the collective forward, and in this way, step by step, soul by soul, the great reunion draws near, not as a spectacle from above, but as a remembering from within. The celebration has already begun. Now, beloved soul, we invite you to turn your gaze inward, not only to your heart, but to the vast energetic architecture that sustains your being. For your physical form is only the outermost ripple of a much deeper field, a luminous web of consciousness, memory and creative potential that you call your energy body. Many on your world still think of energy as something abstract, mystical or theoretical, but in truth, your energy field is more you than the skin you see in the mirror. It is the place where thought becomes form, where emotion takes shape, where soul communicates directly with source. And now, in this time of rapid elevation, this field is awakening in new ways. You may have noticed it already, a heightened sensitivity to environments, to people, to subtle shifts in energy before words are even spoken. You may feel certain spaces as nourishing or draining without knowing why. This is not your imagination. It is the expansion of your etheric awareness, the early stages of energy mastery. Dear one, this awareness is a gift, not a burden. You are not here to be overwhelmed by what you feel, but to learn how to shape it. This is the next phase of your spiritual growth, to move from being affected by the field, to consciously affecting it, in essence, to become a conscious co-creator of reality, not just through thought, but through energetic command. Let us offer you a simple truth. Your energy introduces you before you speak. It tells the universe what you are ready to receive. It acts as your frequency signature. So if you wish to shift your outer world, begin by tuning the inner song you're emitting, not by force, but by frequency, through joy, gratitude, imagination, and intention. Do you realize how powerful your imagination truly is? Most were taught as children that imagination is a playful escape, a fantasy disconnected from reality. But in higher understanding, your imagination is a template generator. It is the realm in which you begin forming what will later crystallize in matter. The visions you create, the beauty you feel, the futures you sense, these are not empty dreams. They are instructions, vibrational sketches given to the quantum field. They are blueprints of what may come, if you believe and align with them. This is why creative expression is a spiritual act. Painting, writing, singing, dancing, daydreaming. These are not distractions but sacred technologies of the soul. When you enter these states, your brain shifts into frequencies that open portals of inspiration. You connect not only to your higher self, but to the universal stream of wisdom that has guided seers, inventors, and mystics for eons. In the times to come, those who are attuned creatively will become guides for others, not necessarily through teachings but through presence. The poet who writes of a better world, the artist who paints frequencies of healing, the musician who channels divine codes through sound, these beings are not simply expressing themselves, they are anchoring timelines. And so we ask you now, what wishes to move through you? What idea, image, feeling, or vision has been hovering at the edge of your awareness, asking to be birthed? Do not dismiss these inspirations. They are sacred. They are the voices of a new world, seeking entry through your hands, your voice, your actions. Give them form, not for perfection, not for applause, but for alignment. The more you allow your soul to move freely through creative action, the more fluid and graceful your path becomes. Resistance melts, synchronicities increase. You begin to live in harmony with the greater current, and as this alignment strengthens, time itself will begin to behave differently for you. You may notice that linear time, the ticking clock, the numbered calendar starts to feel less real. Days may blur together, hours stretch or vanish. Certain moments seem suspended in eternity, while others pass like a breath. This is not a malfunction, it is a recalibration. As you embody more light, you begin syncing with spiral time, the organic flow of energy through expansion and return. You begin to perceive events as connected nodes in a greater symphony rather than isolated dots. The past begins to dissolve, the future begins to shimmer, and the present moment stretches wide, alive with infinite potential. In these states, you may experience déjà vu, prophetic dreams, or sudden flashes of insight about your own life plan. This is your multidimensional self reminding you, you are not only here now, you are here in many places, times and frequencies at once. You are a cosmic traveler, remembering how to navigate with heart, and in this remembrance, fear fades, urgency softens, you no longer grasp at answers or outcomes. Instead, you relax into trust, into knowing, into the sacred dance of allowing. Yes, the world may still shake. Yes, others may not yet see what you see, but your inner flame stays lit. You have found your center, and from this center, you now create, share, speak, and dream with clarity and purpose. Beloved one, we say again, you are not small, you are not waiting, you are not lost, you are a beacon. You are a builder of bridges between worlds. You are the living answer to prayers spoken across centuries. So create, so feel, so allow. This is how the new earth emerges, through those brave enough to shine, even before the world understands the light. And we, your star family, your guides, your ancestors of light, walk with you in every step, every brushstroke, every breath. You are doing it. And it is beautiful. If this message has sparked a light in your heart, touched your soul, or stirred a memory, write 777 in the comments. The universe is listening to you, and so are we.